we feel with the right equipment and the right organization, anything can be accomplished.
Well, Darren, it looks like this is the room where all the damage is done.
Well, here's our new and improved 3D printing room. It was before, well, not really used. We put up the shelves you might have seen in a video before, and it's kicked on holding all these, our 3 Elegoo 3D printers. We have 2 Elegoo 3 Neptune Maxes, and we're really, really happy with those. They seem to do everything we'd ever want them to. Every now and then they'll spaghetti, but they all do. Beyond that, the parts are cheap. I'm overjoyed with the Maxes. That's our Pro.
That's the one we started with, folks. And that was, we thought it was big when we bought it. And then Darren said, well, I'd like to make some bigger projects.
Make a bigger part. So we got the Maxes, and the Maxes are just great. I mean, they are just, I'm over the moon with the Neptune 3 Max. Well, now we have improved the whole back end. I don't know what all we're going to do back here as yet, but it's a lot more usable space than we had before. And like we said, we had just completed this, so mind the construction.
Turn the light on there, maybe you see a little better.
All right, yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
All right, this is kind of an extenuation of the extenuation. That's not a word.
I like it though.
It's a new one. We thought of it. Anyway, these are the same as the 3D printer tables, but we thought, well, since we're doing that, we really need a shop down here at the store. So at the office anyway, we're going to do some various things. We do soaps and other items and scents and various other things that we play around with,
which you'll see in the videos. And we're going to discuss about the pros and cons of our Neptune 3 Max and our Neptune 4 Max. Here's the Neptune 3s. We got 2 of them. I have a plate missing off my Pro here. And they are just good workhorses. Man, they just work.
Thing drops on floors too.
And I can knock stuff down with the best of them.
Okay, that's the 3 right there in the corner.
Yeah, there's the 3 Pro, and this is the first one we got. It has ran great. You get some spaghetti. You get we've replaced the head a couple times. Beyond that, never had an issue.
All right, that's another workhorse.
Neptune Max. This is the Neptune 3 Max, and it's, as you can see, it's working great. This thing's I think it's a 6-day run. It's about in the middle of it, and again, no problems. We've replaced the head a couple times, but that's mainly because they spaghettied and filled the thing up with plastic. We can repair them for like $20, and you buy a brand new whole head for $40, and it takes a minute and a half to put them on. So we've just been replacing the heads. But again, they're workhorses. We've had a little bit of problems with the heat plate. We bought an extra one just in case. So far, we had to install it. Other than maybe we made a bad setting when we designed the part, it's really only problems these 3 have had. Now, the Neptune 4 Max. Now, because we had some unique things with this 4 Max, the head here has a different thread in for its nozzle. I think what we've done is we bought it the first run of it, and we had a firmware issue after about, I don't know, we had about a month, and we went to print in. This one's supposed to be a lot faster than the 3, and has a bigger cooling fan in the back to cool and make prints faster. It's like, I think, a third faster than the 3s. We were real jazzed about it. It did work faster than the 3s. Then we got a firmware problem, and they said they need to replace this chip right here. It's actually this chip, but hey, it's the same chip. And I said, okay, well, you know, I'm not an expert at rebuilding 3D printers, but I was like, okay, I can put a chip in, no problem. Put the chip in. Well, that didn't do it. Said, all right. So I said, well, it's the full board. So I got a new board. Elegoo was good with that. They gave me a new board. But while I was switching it, they glue them in. And I understand, so they don't come off in shipping, and it'll always work. But with me pulling on them, trying to get them free, I took out one of the wires. And again, Elegoo was really cool with me. I said, hey, one of the wires broke when I was changing out. They gave me a new wiring harness. The problem I have is time. This isn't so hard exactly. It's just time consuming and have to be correct. Everything has to be in its right spot. And I'll be honest, I'm not an expert in things. But I've slowly tried to get it, and I haven't got a chance to get back to it. I can't really see from the old board to the new board where this one goes. So I've been talking with Elegoo, and they told me I need to talk to the place. I guess we bought it from another vendor. We're having to talk with that. But I don't think the Neptune 4 Max is a bad printer. I think we got a bad printer. I think we got one of the first ones they made, because when we bought, I think we had this one spaghetti once, and we wanted to buy a new head. And then we found out the new 4 heads didn't match that one. So I'm thinking we got like one of the first runs of it, and that there's just some errors. We've been fighting this you should see, I have paperwork this thick.
When did it start?
About a month after we got it, and this has been 6 months of us working on it. Because it was down first of the year last year.
And it isn't that they didn't respond to us. It's
they're real good with talking with us. It's just that I don't really have the time just to repair them. I have time to print. I don't have time to fix them. And I've got to a point where I'm so flustered with this one.
Do they have a repair station or anything that you take them to?
I've been talking, and they said that I'd have to deal with the deal, or they would send me more photos. I'm like, well, it's not the photos. It's the time consuming, and I'm scared to death to make a mistake. I don't want to ruin it. So we're fighting with Elegoo on this.
Okay, well, folks, that's one of our problems right there, is time to do it, and we're not really wire harness as far as experts, so we're not saying that someone couldn't do it, but I'm saying it's fairly complicated where the wires go. So, folks, we can't recommend the 4. We can recommend the Pro. We can recommend the 3. We've had no problems other than our own doing or something.
Yeah. The 3's only failed when we made a mistake.
We made a mistake. We're very pleased with that. And as I say, the only thing we cannot recommend would be the 4. So, folks, this is bad
printer, good printer.
Bad printer, good printer. This is a bad one. The others, their products are good. And
so far, we're loyal to Elegoo because that's the first one we bought, and we bought the Pro, and it blew us out of the water. It was so easy to use. It was fast. We loved it, so we got the Max because it was just a bigger version of the Pro, and it pretty much is just a bigger version of the Pro. It prints actually a little faster than the Pro. It's a great one. Now, we don't know about anything other than Elegoo just because we've never purchased anything but an Elegoo. Now, if anybody wants to send us a printer so we can review, I don't mind.
Okay, and we'll keep you updated, folks, on what the current status is of this.
Of our 3D printing wars.
All righty, so that kind of gives you a bad printer, but right now we can't recommend.
Can't run the 4.
Understanding what someone is saying is sometimes a problem. What one person means may not be understood by another person. Like the deer in Oklahoma, they're real intelligent, and a deer hunter may have a different meaning